Hello guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to a new series that I will be doing to follow my RuneScape update or RuneScape main progress. There were 52 episodes of that and I did end it quite abruptly, to be honest. I don't know if you watched the last few episodes, but I did say that I was saving up for a twisted bow. It was something I wasn't sure if I wanted to do until about kind of 3 episodes before it finished, so that was why it sort of just kind of escalated a little bit and I decided to pour everything I had into Slayer bossing and just try and get the 1.2 mil cash needed to buy a twisted bow. It did help having some skilling supplies in my bank that I'd had from like 99 mining that I sold, but yeah, it was a grind and a half in the end to get there. But if you did see the end of 52, we did manage to get a twisted bow. In case you don't know what the weapon is, or you're wondering why I saved up for, well, probably hundreds of hours, I'd say it took me to get one of them. Basically, it is a ranged weapon that rolls off your target's magic level. So the higher the target's magic level, the higher and the twisted bow will hit, and the better accuracy it will have. So it's very useful on any boss that has a high magic level, such as Commander Ziliana, Krillsu Saroth, the Alchemical Hydra, Zolwa. There's a lot of places it can be used in the game. It's pretty much the best in slot weapon. Also the Chambers of Xeric, it's very effective in there in a few of the rooms, and against the Great Olm as well at the end. So there was a few reasons. That was obviously one of the reasons that I bought it, because it was obviously like the best, was probably the best weapon in the game. Also, I just fancied doing something different with the account. I've just been kind of doing a lot of grinding in the last few months and didn't really know where I was going. Was I just making money to buy better gear? But I thought I would set myself a target of making the money to buy a twisted bow, and then once I get the bow, rebuild again and try my best to get all that gear back, all that best in slot gear back, whether that's through drops or through making money with the twisted bow, and then obviously selling stuff I get, selling good drops I get, and then buying gear back, and then eventually getting to the late end game. I could say I'm at the end game already, but doing some more challenging things with pretty much the best gear that I can. So the start of the series is probably what I'm actually looking forward to the most, where I do things in like budget gear and just kind of see how it goes. Obviously I've had a lot of practice with bosses like Zora, so it shouldn't be too much of a transition doing it with the twisted bow. Just going to have to make sure I know my transition times between phases and where I need to be, and they're probably quite relaxing, I think. But yeah, so that's kind of the basis of the series, and I'm going to go into the goals for it very shortly. One of the main goals is about getting uniques from monsters that I kill with the twisted bow. So this is going to disregard any unique that I've had in the past before I purchase the bow. Pretty much going to start from scratch with I guess I can't really reset the correct collection log, but I can pretty much talk you through it now. So all uniques from Zora, so that's the 4 main stuff: the Uncut Onyx, the Magic Fang, Tanzanite Fang, and Serpentine Visage. And then I'd also like one of either the Pet, the Jar, and a Mutagen as well. So some of the very rare stuff. I'd like either, yes, as I said, the Pet or the Jar, and then one of the mutagens, so effectively an extra 2 stuff there. Commander Ziliana is going to be the next one I'm looking for all uniques from. So I have already had a Saradomin hilt, but they're going to have to get another one using a twisted bow. The God Sword shards I'm not too bothered about, it's just going to be the main stuff, so the Sarah Sword, Sarah Light, Armadillo Crossbow, and Saradomin hilt. Next up is the Demonic Gorillas, and if you've been watching all the progress videos, you've seen I've got a ton of Zenites, but it's time to get more Zenites, I guess. I'd like 4 Zenite shards, and then the rest of the unique drops as well from them, including the Monkey Tail, which I only have 1 of anyway at the moment, which so that works quite well for collectional purposes. The Dagannoth Kings, so I'm going to include Rex and Supreme here, so that's the main ring drops, and also the Dragon Axe. Not going to bother with some of the other stuff like the Circle and like skeletal tops. So yeah, the 4 Dagannoth King rings and the Dragon Axe we're hunting from there. Next up is the Alchemical Hydra, not a boss I've done too much of, like 50 odd kills in the past, and no uniques at all, so going to be starting from scratch on that one anyway, and be looking mainly for all the pieces for the Brimstone Ring, the Hydra's Claw and the Hydra Leather as well. The Jar not too bothered about, just going for the main base drops from those 5 bosses, or Demonic Gorillas, not really bosses, but actually, you know what, I'll call them bosses. Aside from those 5 bosses, there are some other things I want to do on the account from this point onwards, either that I haven't had before or just want to do anyway that doesn't really involve the twisted bow. So the Chambers of Xeric, I'd like to get a purple chest from there, so obviously the TBOW will be helpful there, but not of course completely going to cover everything in there. I'm going to need some other weapons too, and also probably have to mage. Yeah, I'll have to probably mage a lot of the time. Range boots as well. I'm probably not going to rebuy them, to be honest. I would rather perhaps do I've been doing the stone chests. I'd rather just do them and try and maybe grind them out whilst I get my thieving to 91, I think, which is for the Desert Elite Diary. A third age item from a clue, so I'll be doing a ton of clues on this account. I do a ton of clues anyway, but I'd like to receive a third age item. Never had one of those. A skilling pet, which is the one so far, the beaver. Hopefully that will be the farming pet, and also a drop from a superior slayer monster. So that one's a bit random, but to this day I still don't think I've had a drop from one. I must have killed over 150 during that grind to 99 slayer and onwards, and I'd like to get a drop from them. Hopefully if I do, it'll be an imbued heart, and yeah, just some kind of other random miscellaneous goals to talk to you about there. But the 5 main ones are going to be those bosses mentioned before. Probably didn't mention Armadale Gobbles or Zami Gobbles. I reckon an item from them, it might be maybe a goal for the future, but just starting off it'll be Zolra, Demonic Gorillas, Alchemical Hydra, Saradome and Gobbles, and yeah, it should be good fun. That is going to be the starting goals for the account then, so yeah, without further ado, going to jump straight into the video, and the rebuild of Kick It Off begins. After not having much cash yet, one of the first things I decided to do was to put my crystal shards to actual use. Been collecting loads of them from Slayer, Zalcano as well, so after also having a lot of crystal keys, just from the old like tooth half and loot paths, decided to make some elven crystal chest keys, and that'll be the basis for buying some of our first gear, so very nice. Should have done them all at once as I did there. And that's going to be another 25, and that'll be 50 in total. 500 crystal shards that cost me in total, but still got like 300 left over, so might be able to do a few more in the future. And yeah, if you don't know, that does open the elfin crystal chest, which you're guaranteed, I think, to get a dragonstone from. And then there's a bunch of other drops that might make me some money, and I'm going to show you all 50 chests right now. Probably won't commentate over all of them. Dragonstone, rune plate legs, some more sharks, some coins in our loot path, some crystal shards as well, a U seed in there, another U seed. Some runes, some crystal acorns, and that's 10 down so far, and the next 10. Just the same old stuff, so I'll just speak if there is a new one that we haven't had before. So yeah, pretty decent base profit. I think if you tried this method in terms of like buying the crystal keys, you might lose a bit of money, but it doesn't matter as we had the crystal keys and the crystal shards in the first place. Oh, some gold ore, very nice. Another U seed, some rune ore, very nice. Let's hit 90k to the bank there. Some more gold ore, some more crystal acorns. Ooh, and a dragonstone plate body, yes, 1 in 2,500, 1 in 500 for a piece, but 1 in 2.5k individually for that piece. That'll be very, very nice. Just going to price check that. And 1.1 mil, that should hopefully sell for, so that's a great start to the rebuild. And 20 chests to go. See if we can maybe pull another dragonstone piece and a dragon plate skirt, not bad. And some gems, uncut diamonds and uncut rubies back to back. And crystal shards, nice amount there. I guess that's kind of the good thing about this, is you do get the crystal shards back in a way sometimes. So yeah, we'll do a loot tracker after all of this, and I'll show you how much I got from doing all of these 50 elven crystal chests. So just finishing on gold ore, another dragon plate skirt, uncut diamonds, rubies, more loot paths, runes, and the final one. Now the first Slayer task then with the new account setup, and it's Vetion. Maybe not. Yeah, big skip that one. Loads of Slayer points though stocked up, so should be able to skip quite a few tasks if I need to. Smoke Devils, no, that's not going to happen. Well, I'd probably prefer to do that normally, but no, can't do that with a TBOW. Abyssal Demons, we can do that in some budget gear, that's for sure. Need to get a whip back too. And this is the gear for the first Slayer cast, rocking the full Torags, Fire Cape, Dragon Boots, Warrior Ring, and Dragon Scimitar. It didn't take long though, we can upgrade that dragon scimitar immediately, got a whip on like the 100th kill of the task, and that's going to be used now pretty much for all the Slayer we do, so it's another great start. And a Dagannoth task straight after the Abyssal Demons, so it'd be interesting to see how I do this. The TBOW will be pretty good on some Dagannoth Prime, but I'll have to think about my gear for the other two. So this is going to be the setup for my first Zulrah kill, rocking the Robin Hood hat, Sarabless D-Hide, B-Gloves, Assembler, Dragon Arrows, or Amethyst Arrows I was using in this case. So I'm going to quickly run you through my first TBOW Zulrah kill and see how it went. So this was the first time that I ever used the bow. And I've heard that Amethyst Arrows are pretty much just as good here as Dragon Arrows, so that's why we're using that. And the first hit was a 0, goddammit. And the second hit was a 0, thinking I've wasted 1.2 bill here. And there we go. Nice little 47 to get us started. And then a 49. Unfortunately the bow does kind of noodle on this phase a little bit. They call it the noodle bow, I think I've noticed. But the mage tag doesn't seem to hit very well on this phase either, so it doesn't really matter. At least I'm not wasting runes or scales, just the odd arrow here and there. This phase it should hit quite well on as it's got the very high magic level. But yeah, I'll probably get a bit wrecked as I've got no Ring of Suffering. I'm just going to speed the rest of this kill up for you and just watch some of those fat XP drops. I reckon I'll probably die a few times here by forgetting my recoil or something, or it shatters and I don't realise that the suffering is such a kind of luxury to have here. Okay, took quite a bit of damage there. Nice little big hit on that phase. Of course, as I kind of already know how to do the boss, the speed and stuff where I need to be is quite simple. It's just kind of how the bow is, and I reckon the kills probably take a bit longer. And Zulrah, that should do it. First Zulrah kill with the twisted bow. And we got some lore runes and snakeskin. I didn't think it would take long for a new PB, and there we go, 58-second kill on the Tanzanite rotation. This is going to be the setup then for our budget Dagannoth Kings, although you can't really set to budget if you've got a twisted bow with you, but yeah, Torags and a tentacle whip, got a T-bow and then Trident and Occult. First trip successfully complete for 89 kills, so quite happy with that. And it wasn't going to take long for us to get our first unique then of the new account, other than the whip, or not new account, I'm going to call it the new account there, a Berserker ring from Dagannoth Rex. That is one of 4 rings knocked out of the way, and for once I'm not going to be disappointed at getting a warrior ring or a seers ring. But yeah, nice to get that B ring nice and early. We'll be using that quite a lot. I had to do 2 short trips actually, because on the second trip I almost died actually. The way the rotation works now, my DPS on Rex is quite bad, so yeah, things went a bit wrong. Okay, got a Hana League clue, first of the new grind in 167k, good start. And the first elite, 240k, not bad. The next Slayer task I got was Black Demons. I couldn't get them at all pretty much when I was trying to get all the money, but got some now. And a Master Clue Scroll, so looking to do quite a few of these to be honest. I really want the Bloodhound pet, and that one turned out to be a Mimic, and we'll do that in just a second. And Mimic chest number 2, 840k from that Master Clue, so a very good start on all the Clue Scrolls in general, but yeah, no Bloodhound pet, so disappointing. Okay, medium clues, doing a few more of the old stone chests. And 31k. Level 84 thieving, so as I mentioned at the start of the video, or I think in the previous video actually, I said I'd do quite a few clue scrolls during the rebuild and try and get myself some ranger boots as well, so we're going for 91 thieving and see what clues we get along the way. Okay, 88 hunter, so I'm still going to be doing all my birdhouse runs and most of my farm runs. That part of the account doesn't change at all, and make some money from these. I need to re-imbue some of my rings. Having to sell all those rings in the first place means I've got loads of Nightmare Zone points for herb sacks or herb boxes, and then also re-imbuing the rings as I get them. Okay, Spory, we can also keep doing that. Kill count 69, 109, and Atas. And our first drop from the Demonic Gorillas. It's a light frame, so the thing I went very, very dry on. and that first trip proved to be a very good one indeed. Although no Zenite Shard, although to be fair, it wouldn't be surprising if I went really dry now. I've just got the TBOW on Zenites. Yeah, healthy 1 mil profit at least, I hope, from that. Of course, I'm not going to go dry on Zenites though. What were you thinking? Yes, Zenite Shard, that was number 20 on the account, I believe, and number 1 of 4 since getting the Twisted Bow. And showing you this Demonic Gorillas trip, including the Zenite Shard. 70 kills I managed to do on this one. So as I said before, these monsters are a lot about concentration, and if you're good with these, you'll get enough prayer potion drops, you'll get enough sharp drops to stay there for as long as you want. Really, I didn't necessarily have to leave, to be honest, but yeah, pretty good. Got ourselves a hard clue from the Gorillas, and another 197k. And had to buy myself a bond, a bit more expensive now to be honest, but got that Zenite Shard to sell. So yeah, got to keep myself going, but yeah, goodbye to some of the money I've made in the video. 14.1 mil that Zenite Shard managed to sell for. Just gone down a little bit recently, but I think they'll hover around that price for quite a while. So yeah, the task is always going to be a profitable one. Okay, another Master Casket. This is number 26, and yeah, pretty bad. 227k. This might be the only time I'm happy to see some ballista limbs on the floor. Yes, unique number 3 from the Demonic Gorillas. And that was the task complete. A nice fat 220 odd killed in that one. So just going to show you the loot from this trip. Got the limbs, of course, and then the loot from the task overall is a lovely 19.3 mil. So good stuff. Next hard clue, 45k. And a master clue from that hard clue, 660 done now. And eventually the master casket. And a healthy 463k, so decent luck on the masters so far. Shortly after, got another Black Demons task, 235, so we're going to do a couple of Skatizo kills to charge my Arclight. This was the first kill, so no pets so far from the Skatizo. And starting with some rune plate legs and an ancient shard and a couple of clues as well. Turned that into a hard casket and 84.9k. And the next Skatizo kill, when he eventually dies. And some more rune plate legs, just the one ancient shard unfortunately, and of course the hard clues go on KC28. The next hard clue led to just 8k, so that's certainly a new low for me, I think, on hard clues. Okay, this next hard clue hopefully will be a bit better than the other one, and not much better. And a master clue, 375k, probably about bang average, I'd say. This probably is a record, a Demonic Gorilla task without a single unique drop till, but still made 6.2 mil roughly from the regular drop. And that is going to wrap up episode 1 of a Noob buys TBOW. Yes, I'm being not too harsh on myself, to be honest. I've done some pretty noobie things on the game. As well, to be fair, I die all the time anyway. But yeah, these are the main drops I'm going to run through at the end of each episode. So all the drops we get and any goals that we accomplish. So the main drops in this video were the Abyssal Whip. Wasn't on the list of targets, but it's an item that I needed to get back anyway. A Berserker Ring, a Zenite Shard, and also a Dragonstone Plate Body. Thought I would put that in there too. So nothing else really of much note, but yeah, pleased to have got one Zenite done already. Pleased to have got the B ring so early, and then of course to get the whip, it's a nice upgrade from the Dragon Scimitar, and then the Dragonstone Plate Body was just a bonus in itself, and an extra 1 mil to the bank. Okay, thank you very much for watching the video. Feel free to leave some feedback on how I did the video. So I did it quite similar to previous progress videos, just try to show all the highlights in terms of drops that we get. Also trying to add in things like me, what items I buy, and sort of what stages I take to rebuild the account. So probably going to finish like this, just a video of the bank. So we're looking at about 75 mil without the TBOW, so not a too bad place at the moment. Obviously I'm a bit drained. I've got a load of random stuff in there that I still need to sort out, but yeah, pretty decent start, and you know what, I'm loving it already. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. Episode 2 should be out in about a week's time. Hope you enjoy that one when it does come, and in the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I will yeah, see you soon.